Hi, this is Mato of BMI Academy. Welcome back to our 10 problem series on mathematics. And this is episode 2. Focus is on Unilag Postutme, and like I said, 10 problem series episode 2. Question 1. This is an logarithm, and the question wants you to find the value of x in this logarithm. Okay, if you look closely, the base of the logarithm is base 12. You have two choices to make here. The zero you convert is 1 to a logarithm. To convert a number to a logarithm, like 1, is still the same as writing log what? A over what? Log A base A. Log A base A is equals to what? 1 from the log logarithm. Since the base is 12, you can make it log 12 base 12. That's choice 1. Choice 2, you move this logarithm to this other side. Okay, so that you'll have the logarithms at one side. You're having this as log x base 12, and that becomes plus log x plus 4 base 12 equals to 1. Rule of logarithm: when you have log a base b plus what? Log what? Let's say c base b, you can multiply the numbers of the logarithm as AC and keeping the base as base b. So you do the same thing here because the base is 12. You can write this as log to base 12 of x into the bracket of x plus what? 4 equals to 1. The log logarithm also states that when you have something like a log x base y equals to what? Let's say z. You can take away the logarithm by making x the subject. By so doing, y is going to come here and carry z as a power. So this is as good as writing x equals to what? Y raised to the power z. You do the same thing here. This goes there, carries as a power, the logarithm disappears. X into what? X plus 4 equals to 12 raised to the power of 1. The job is to solve this quadratic equation. Now, because this is 12 raised by 1, that's simply 12. As a candidate in example, you need to work smart, right? Working smart also means that you have no job solving this quadratic equation. Your job is to pick the correct option and not to keep solving and solving. So what do? You look at the option and start what? Okay, like you start using convenient number from the option, like this now, s equals to 2. You try to check if 2 is going to align with this equation for x. If x is 2, that would have been 2 times 2 plus 4 is 6. That's 12. So which means 2 must be in our answer. Of course, mainly looking at it, 6 can be. Slotting in 6 here is going to give you, it's going to generate a big number. So let's check 6 and minus 4. Most likely, minus 6, most likely going to be that. So if you do minus 6 here, minus 6 times minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2. So the answer is definitely 2 and minus 6. And if you feel you want to solve, still go ahead, but that's not smart. Question 2 is on fraction, simplification of fraction. Okay, you would realize that the main option contains variables g and h, but the options does not contain any one of them. So that is your clue there, that the g and h must somehow cancel out. And how do we do that? What do? You factor out a number from here. What's common to them? Your guess is as good as mine. That's 3. 3 into what? 3g minus 2 what? H. And divided by the denominator has to be common. So we have 2 into the bracket of, we still have 3g minus what? 3h. So this is enough to tell you that this 2 cancel out. The final answer is 3 over 2. So we have option A. That takes us to question 3. Determine the equation of a straight line whose gradient is negative 1 over 3 that passes through the point negative 3, comma 2. Feel free to pause the question, to pause the video, and solve. All right. What do you do here? We go straight to the solution. The equation of a straight line is given as mx plus what? C. M is the slope. C is called the intercept on the y-axis. Right? So what do? You go ahead and say y equals to our slope is negative 1 over 3. You knowing that the slope is negative 1 over 3, you slot it in. But do you know the y-intercept? The answer is what? No, you don't know the y-intercept. So what do? You slot in minus 1 over 3 x plus c. The question gave you a point here. That's your clue to getting your c. Okay, you can slot in. It means when x is 3, you expect y to be equals to 2, right? So what do? You say when x is negative 3, I mean y is 2. So I have 1 over 3 times negative 3, then plus c. Negative 3 times 1 over 3, that's 1. So I have 1 plus c. Okay, c definitely is 1 there. So that tells us that y is going to be equals to minus 1 over 3x. Instead of just writing generic c, I now have 1. So what do we have? Option, the options, the way they were arranged, is not exactly what you have here. Now, if you look at option D, it's not the answer because option D is tricking you to pick it. The only reason you could have gone for option D is probably after checking out the option, it's not there. You would then assume they made a typo error. So in that case, you would have gone for D. But right now, we are going for what we have here, which is y equals to negative 1 over 3 x plus 1. Multiply this thing by 3. Multiply it by 3. That will mean 3y equals to negative x plus 3. Collect the like terms, make x the subject. X is going to be equals to what we have. When we move these here, that's positive. Move the other there. So you have 3 minus 3y. Right, in this case, that is the option A. Question 4. If x and b are the roots of the equation, find alpha plus beta. If you have ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, alpha plus beta is going to be minus b over a, and alpha beta is going to be c over a. So that automatically means that alpha plus beta over alpha beta is going to be minus b over a divided by c over a. The a expression there cancels out, you have minus b over c. So in this case, what's our a? A is 2, b is negative 3, c is 9. That's comparing to this. So what does that tell you? That tells you that what? Our alpha plus beta over alpha beta is going to be negative of negative 3 is 3 divided by c, which is our c is 9. 3 over 9, and that's 1 over 3. So the answer to that problem is 1 over 3. Moving on. Try as much as possible not to make a sign error here, because if you do, there are options waiting for you. Question next. The question says that if v equals to 2y over pq, find the value of v when those values are given. This is a quite straightforward question. Just go ahead and slot in the information given to you. 1 over 2 over square root of, you have 1 times 2. So this gives you the root what? 2. Okay? And sometimes before you pick the option, you try to rationalize in case you have a completely what? A completely simplified expression So it could also be root 2 over 2. In this case, you just go for what? 1 over root 2. This is another straightforward question. We are asked to find x. What do? You expand. Okay, as a kind of an example, I just have 6x, 5x, that's 11x, minus 12 plus 20, that's 8, equals to what? 7. I have 11x equals to negative 1, x equals negative 1 over 11. So I would have gone for B straight. Now, in case you are still wondering what I did there, you expand 6x minus 12 plus what? 5x plus 20 equals to 7. Collect the right terms. That's 11x, right? And 12 minus 7, that's plus 8 equals 7. So what do? You subtract what? You isolate 11x by subtracting negative 8 from both sides. So this is 11x equals to what? Negative 1. Then you isolate x by dividing both sides by 11. You have minus 1 over 11. And that's option B. Question 7 says find the midpoint of the line joining that. How do you get midpoint of the line? As a kind of example, just add this, divide by 2, add this, divide by 2. Okay, that's would have been 2 over 2. That's also 2 over 2. That would have been 1, 1. Right? Which is option what? B. That's how you solve question as fast as possible. So, for the sake of those looking for the formula, midpoint is given as 1 over 2 of x1 plus x2, comma 1 over 2 of y1 plus y2. So that's if the question gives you 0.1 as x1, comma y1, and gives you 0.2 as well as x2, comma what? Y2. All right, these are also good, right? Like I said, a smart student should just take this and this divided by 2. Minus 4 plus 6, that's 2. So you have a 2, then over 2, comma 5 plus negative 3, that's 2 over 2. So that gives you what? 1, comma 1. All right. Question 8. The rope 32-meter long is divided into 3 pieces in the ratio 2:1:5. Person wants you to find the length of the longest piece. The longest piece is the one that aligns with the highest ratio, highest value in the ratio. So in this case, we have 5 over, the total ratio here is what? 8. N times 32. 8 in 32, that's 4. So 5 times 4, you have 20. So the answer is 20 meter, option D. Question 9. Some probability. It says the probability that John does his addition correctly is 2 over 3. And the probability that what? He does his subtraction correctly is 1 over 4. Question is asking you, what is the chance that John evaluates 18 plus 16 minus 4 wrongly? We need the probability that he does it wrongly. First thing you need to do is to find the probability that he does it right. So, probability that he does his addition correctly is 2 over 3. Probability that he does his subtraction correctly is 1 over 4. Probability that it does both addition and subtraction. This problem is not just an addition problem. It contains an addition and the subtraction. So probably that he gets that right means he must have done his addition correctly and must have also done what is subtraction what correctly. You multiply those two probability, that's 2 over 3 times, 3 times 1 over 4. So that gives us 1 over 6. But we are not interested in him doing it correctly. In fact, we're interested in him doing it wrongly. So that's going to be 1 minus what we got 1 minus 1 over 6. That's 5 over 6. So the answer to this problem is 5 over 6. Then the last problem, question 10. This question is on number base. It says if 124 base x equals 85 base 10, find the value of the base. Okay. As a candidate in exam all, things you need to know is when you are going from, let's say, lower base, for instance, base 10. I mean, when you are going from higher base like base 10 to lower base like base 9, base 8, base what, 7 in that respect, the number we get is going to, I mean, we're going to perceive it as a bigger number. It goes bigger. It looks bigger. So like in this case now, I can tell that going from 85 base 10 to 124 base x must have been a smaller value compared to 10. So it couldn't have been what? Like D. So what if I assume it is what? 9. What do? I just quickly divide 85 and 9 and get the remainder. So that's going to be 9 on number 4 over what? 9. I'm only interested in the remainder, and this thing is showing the remainder of what? 4. That would have been the answer. But let me solve it the way you want to see it. We have 124 base x equals to 85 base 10. Our job is to convert this to base 10. And how do you do that? You label the top as 0, 1, 2. So this is going to be 1 times x squared plus what? 2 times x raised by 1 plus what? 4 times what? X raised by 0 equals to 85. So you have what? X squared plus 2x plus 4 equals to 85. So this x squared plus what? 2x equals to 85 minus 4, that's 81. So you have to solve this quadratic equation. Like I said, be a smart student. You have no job solving this quadratic equation in a problem that is multiple choice. The options are there for you to make use of. Like it's an expo, use it. So what do? You can just quickly think that, oh, when you do 7 squared times twice of 7 will be 81. 7 squared is 49, twice of 7 is 14. If you had it up, it can never be 81, it will be less than. Excuse me. You can then think of 8. 8 squared is 64. Twice of what? Twice of what do we have? 16. I mean 84 is 16. So if you add it up, this is exactly what? Is that not 80? That's 80. So then we have 9 squared is 81. Twice of 9. Something is not adding up here. I don't think the answer is here. Or let me check if I made an error. 1 times x raised to the power of x squared, that's that. 2x and plus 4 times what? X raised by 0. This is 4, it's on. Yep. So let's look at that again. 7 squared is 49. 49 times 2. I mean 14. 7 times 2 is 14. That can never add up to 85. I mean 81. And again, 8 squared is 64. 64 times 2 is 16. That's just 80, not the answer. Then there is no way it could have been 9 in this case. 9 squared is 81. 9 times 3 is 18. So this is going to be 99. So that is not the answer is not there. No. So none of the options given is the answer. None of the options given is the answer. So I just hope there's no error there. All right. Thanks for listening. See you in the next episode. And bye for now.